in at mid-wicket, not allowing Clarke to get that first run. Well, there it is, down the ground. Quite a beautiful shot too. What a way to pick up your first runs.
What a way to pick up your first runs. This is a superb shot. McMillan just slightly over pitching. Just nudged back past him. The timing's superb.
And another big shout too. No this time, umpire Dar says. Top over from Daniel Vittori, 129 for 5.
I'll tell you what, this is a very good yowl. That's good enough for Dar on this occasion. This time on the front foot, and that might have saved the batsman, but that is a very, very close yowl and a close thing here for Clarke. Maybe a little bit of inside edge onto the pad, hard to tell. Very good stride, and that's what might have saved him.
Amazing start to this match, wasn't it, that first?
So Vittori continues. Too much width, and Clarke hits that one solidly away to point. There's a sweeper out there on the...
Pick the ante up later on against maybe one of the less well-performed ones. Clarke scampers, he's quick. Good cricket. Good running. Let's not get out to this guy.
You're going to see a lot of this sort of running between the wickets. Hussey has always been a hustler. Michael Clarke at 23 is very fresh and quick between the wickets, and they should have a very good understanding. A rare no ball from a spin bowler. Very cranky at himself.
Have to counter inside the circle. That's a nice drive, just for one.
Yeah, high intensity out there at the moment. Michael Clarke watching the ball right onto that blade. I think Michael Clarke's at an interesting stage of his career, Smithy, and with all the hype, all the expectation is that each time he hits the crease, he's going to be hitting sixes and fours every ball. The crowd want that. They call for that, and I think at times he feels he's the entertainer. And he's got to maintain what he's doing today, just keep reading the game situation and playing according to that. It's a dangerous period. I remember early in my career when I got this reputation of a crasher, a basher, an aggressive style player. I tried to live up to it, and therefore was now playing outside of my original game plan, and that's where he is now. I think he's smarter than me. I don't think he'll change his game. 168 for 5. I just think that's the good thing about bowling. I'm sure Tuffy, he can redeem himself if the skipper throws him the ball again. Expensive couple of overs. Oh, that'll do. That will do. It's almost the perfect one-day shot, that.
I mean, this is just bad luck from a bowling point of view. You can't do much about that. You can't set a field for it. That can happen in any form of the game. But look what Stephen Fleming's done on the offside. 4 men inside the circle on the offside. He doesn't have to have any more than 4. He's got 1 on the onside. Daryl Tuffy at mid-on. So he still wants to maintain singles pressure, stop the singles pressure inside the circle on one side. Which means Chris Cairns has to bowl there. And Vincent's quick, but see, that really hasn't worked. 4 men inside the circle on the offside, and they still pinch one.
And the man had just moved a little bit squarer.
Just a fumble here from Lou Vincent, who you would not expect to come from. He is superb in the park. An opportunity there just to present, yeah, Chris Cairns knows. The plan was to keep it.
Clarke pushing for 2. In fact, it's going to be more. It's beaten Fleming to the boundary.
Oh, what was the captain doing out on the boundary in the first place here? Fleming's snuck himself back there to long off. Obviously unaccustomed to that, and has made a hash of it.
Well, you certainly, I agree with you. Don't normally see Stephen Fleming in that territory.
Jimmy.
And he's also guarding quite what is... Once you get into this phase of an innings, you're probably looking to get, I think, as a batsman, I think a boundary and over would be ideal. You're looking to get perhaps 4 to 5 scoring shots where you're out actually ticking it over for runs in between the boundaries. We'll take a single here too. It's tight. It's going to get through for the single though. So 6 singles, 6 from, 189 for 5. Pace off the ball. Astle getting it full. 2 runs.
Astle into his 8 over. He's gone for 38 runs. Runs per over about 5.2, and often we don't associate Astle with going more than around about 4, but remember that he bowled in the first 15, something we don't often see him doing. Under pressure he came in and he did a pretty good job for his captain.
Straight down to long off. Vincent the man there.
Boys.
Just drags it down a little. That'll be disappointing for Astle because it's gone to the boundary. Broken the sequence of singles. It's 8 off the over, and the 200 is up for 5 wickets.
Good night. Good job, mate.
So this partnership just creeping up, I think, on the 6th wicket partnership at the outside part of the bat, of the pad.
Job, very nice, mate.
There's Clarke giving himself just a little bit of room to hit through the offside.
So 50 runs for Michael Clarke in a good innings. Strike rate of 81. Came in under pressure, has done a good job.
Bowler.
Good job,
Very
mate.
full. Advancing to try and cut the angle down as well.
Well, Milne has bowled very well in this over. He's got the ball into the right areas, but still 8 runs short. The Australians showing that they can still get it away. And
No, another 30 runs here. If it does happen, a big over. All they're running. You'll notice the men now nice and deep on the circle, trying to prevent boundaries. So it does give them a chance for the single.
well, that's right. It is all about protecting the boundary here. So your infielders tend to go right back onto the edge of the 30-yard circle. It's a long way to throw. And, pretty good running that time. I think he would have been home.
Very awkward. Needs a good finish here, Chris Cairns. Oh, it's high again. He really gets away with that, and it's only going to be a single. So 3 overs to go. It's 223 for 5.
Superb partnership of 95 between Hussey and Clarke has once again put Australia into a zone that they know they can defend. They've done it 3 times in the last month, defending scores on the big occasion of 240 or less. Kyle Mills has done a pretty good job today after a slightly loose start. He pulled it back nicely here with his second spell. He's bowled 7 overs, 1 for 27. But the 2 overs he now has to bowl become crucial for him and for his captain. Bit more pace on the ball. Clarke might enjoy that. Here's Mills. Nicely through the gap, and that could race away for 4. It does.
Another good stroke from Michael Clarke. Mills has to watch it with Michael Clarke, because remember at Jade he backed away and Mills followed him and he's still able to pick him off. I think it's important that maybe you just look to keep the stumps in your sights in case he looks to go across the line. On that occasion Clarke just used the angle to pick up his 5th boundary.
And again through the onside. Now they'll look for 2. They won't get it because Clarke was on the back foot, but what it does mean is that is a 100 partnership, and in trying circumstances.
Well, it's been a wonderful combination between Hussey, new to the side, Clarke, who's having a dream first couple of years, and they've got Australia out of a tricky situation. It's been really good cricket between them, a lot of intelligence. They've manoeuvred the bowling. They came together when Fleming really did have control of the situation. Run rate now hits 5.
He goes straight at 1,000,000 miles an hour, and he hit it just straight enough. What a place to make your debut. What an atmosphere to come into your national side. A packed house at Eden Park. And I've got to say, James is in the firing line down there at mid-off. Now it looks very good for Australia. They'll get 2 here without any trouble at all. Great judge of pace, isn't he, Michael Clarke?
Well, that was a beautifully weighted stroke. And considering, too, he was using the pace of the ball to get it behind square for 2. Now, it's a record. Clarke on strike, 63. Slow ball, and he got low, and they'll pick up 1. This is the time where Hussey will, with 5 wickets now, he'd just be looking for a boundary. 6, he'll be looking for the
circle as far back as they can possibly be. It's good length. Oh, I'll tell you what, Michael Clarke would have been out. Direct hit there. The running was just a tad on the casual side. As he spun around, I don't think he realised that the throw from James Marshall was a good flat one. He had his back to the throw, he had his back to the end result, and he would have been on his way back to the pavilion had this hit in a direct fashion. Last ball for him, Chris Cairns. Well, Chris Cairns will argue he's backed away, and that's gone inside the line, the indicator line, and he might have a point here, Cairns. Costs you too much to say too much, but that's exactly what he's saying. That's inside the line that you have as an indicator. It was a long way from Clarke because he went so far outside leg stump.
Absolutely right, Ian Smith. So he'll have to bowl it again. And he'll get 4. And Cairns is absolutely livid. He turns to Alim Dar and says, "You are kidding me." It's 252 for 5.
Hard done by here, Chris Cairns. It's the second time he's been picked off down to fine leg, but he knows this hurts so much because it was a ball he didn't have to bowl and shouldn't have bowled. Well, they know New Zealand have to be at their peak to win the game. That's nicely bowled. And a push, but not going to go. A fumble from Brendan McCullum, but 2 off to 5 for 128. They finish at 5 for 264.
And Michael Clarke led the way, 71 from 75. But he utilised Aston McMillan in the middle. And it'll be these two that can stand tall, though, in the end. They just showed their class throughout on a gorgeous afternoon here at Eden Park. Kadich looked pretty useful at the top 50.